Thank you so much for your time. If you could please tell us where you live, because this is important to know, and if you voted early or mail-in voting, or if you are waiting until election day to vote.
My name is Hedin. I live in Raleigh, North Carolina. North Carolina is one of the swing states with this upcoming election. I have not voted yet. I'll be voting tomorrow morning, hopefully here, so I look forward to that. So it's going to be a very interesting election.
What are your expectations after these elections?
It will, well, I think the country is divided politically. I think it will remain divided politically after the election. I hope that there's no serious protests and any violence, but it could happen. It could happen. So we'll see. Everyone is, I think if Donald Trump loses, he will concede power and leave office. I don't think he will stay on. But we'll see. If the election is very close and all the votes aren't tabulated in a timely manner, then it's going to be very interesting to see what happens.
Let's just imagine that today is November 4th, is over with, and you wake up to a new America, supposedly maybe with a new president. What would you want a new president to do for America, to make it better?
I think to initially address the coronavirus and to seriously address, there's not much that can be done now, if the damage is done, but try to unify everyone around best practices relative to coronavirus. I think that's the most important thing to begin with. The country's in a state of disarray, and we need someone to unify the country with their words and with their actions.
You think the country would become unified under Biden presidency? Does he have the potential to do this?
I think more so than Donald Trump. Donald Trump has created a lot of division and polarization, and Biden has a better chance of unifying. You can't. It's a very diverse country. You never be fully unified. It's very diverse, but he has a better chance of leading from the center and pulling people in from both sides.
Do you expect us to have a long election night, or will the results be called off early into the evening?
Well, I've been watching it and following it. I think it is Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida are key states. And they have all had early voting and mail-in ballots. So I think it could go beyond the late hours. It could go into 2 or 3 days after the election before it's decided. It will be. I think it will be closer than expected.
And sir, if you could please name 3 good things about the Trump presidency and 3 wrong ones.
I gave that some thought. I think Trump has done some good things. Taking on China trade practices, I think that was necessary. China is soon to have the largest economy in the world, and they have to abide by international trade practices. It's no longer a developing country, it's a developed country. So they have to open up their markets, they have to trade fairly. So I think Donald Trump escalated that issue. He made it an issue, and I don't necessarily agree with the tariffs and his approach, but he raised that issue in some way. I think the second thing he did was with NATO, NATO's defense spending, he made that an issue. The U.S. can no longer be the main contributor to the defense of Europe. And so he made that an issue. He raised pushing NATO countries to spend more on their collective defense. And I think the last thing is he really has, he's polarized the nation politically, but he's also prompted more people to get involved in the political process. And so you're going to see record turnout in this election. Even in a year of coronavirus, there's going to be a large turnout. So people are taking sides and they are acting politically and they are engaged in the electoral process. So that's a good thing. So those are three things I can contribute to Donald Trump.
Okay.
On the negative side, his leadership during the coronavirus outbreak has been, I think, has been poor. Personally, I think it's been poor. He denied it in the beginning. He didn't lead by example. He didn't promote mask wearing. And so there's a lot of things that he could have done to show leadership during the coronavirus, and he really failed to do that. The other negative is on climate change. His administration hasn't done anything for climate change, pulled out of the Paris Accords, and really has been promoting fossil fuels and coal and oil with really no actions for addressing climate change. He's really a denier of climate change. So I think that's a big negative. And the third thing is healthcare. He's talked a lot about, but his administration has not really done anything about healthcare, especially for low income. And the coronavirus, that's making the issue more serious. He was trying to eliminate Obamacare with no real plan to replace it. So those are three big negatives.
So you think him trying to eliminate Obamacare is going to play an important part in this year's elections?
Yes, I think people, there's been a lot of unemployment, and so people no longer have health care. They need an alternative, and Obamacare is the alternative. And if his administration is actively trying to eliminate it without a clear plan to replace it, then that's the problem. Right? People, especially low-wage workers, need in some form of health insurance.